After Atiku Abubakar rejected zoning in ADC, saying that the ticket must be open, that anyone that feels is very popular should subject himself to an open primaries. If that person wins, that all the other candidates will support him. Peter Obi countered him through a statement released by Dr. Tanko Yunusa. In that statement, he warned the ADC to ensure that the presidential ticket is zoned to the south. That if they fail to do so, that Peter Obi has another party, which is his joker, that he will use that party's platform to run in 2027. That he must be on the ballot, whether with ADC or not, in 2027. Now, ADC has countered Peter Obi, warning him of the dire consequences to his political career if he leaves the ADC coalition. In a statement released by Comrade Abayomi Bello of the ADC Youth Vanguard, he said, "In the light of reports that Mr. Peter Obi is considering leaving the ADC coalition, should he not secure the presidential ticket, we would like to warn that if this truly represents his thinking, the move could mark the end of his political trajectory. We doubt that Mr. Tanko actually has Peter Obi's mandate to say what he said. We believe that Mr. Peter Obi has cultivated a public image rooted in principle, youth empowerment, and nation-first politics. Therefore, walking away from a coalition because of personal ambition contradicts the very foundation of his appeal. With a history of multiple party changes from ABGA to PDP to Labour, and now potentially another exit, Nigerians may begin to see Mr. Obi not as a visionary reformer, but as yet another self-interested politician. Coalitions require patience, negotiation, and compromise. If Mr. Obi departs the ADC coalition prematurely, he risks losing the trust of allies, alienating key stakeholders, and frustrating a youth base already disillusioned by fragmented opposition. Rather than exit, Mr. Obi has an opportunity to lead from within by mentoring new leaders, influencing policy direction, and building long-term political structures. That is how legacies are built. Anything else could spell political isolation. Well, this is not a surprise. They are confirming the fear of many. The fear has always been that Atiku Abubakar wants to hijack the ADC coalition for his own candidacy. What he couldn't achieve in 2023, he wanted everyone to back him in 2023, but despite the fact that he knew that PDP members, including 5 governors at the time, led by Wike, were rebelling against his candidacy, he still arrogantly decided to continue the run. Yes, exactly the same thing he's doing today. He wants everyone to back him under the coalition. Despite strong oppositions, he still believes he can do it alone. So why in the world is he going to expect a different result from 2023? The worst part is that this time around there is more opposition, unlike in 2023. His former party, the PDP, where he was the candidate in 2023, he is no longer a member of that party. He has resigned. A huge chunk of the party members are not supporting Atiku Abubakar today. As a matter of fact, the party is currently poaching and wooing Peter Obi to come and be their candidate. No matter how you look at it, whether they have ulterior motives or not, the most important takeaway here is that Atiku Abubakar is not that popular. Do you know what it means? A party where he was the candidate just 2 years ago. He has resigned from that party. That party, they are not even calling him to come back and take the ticket. Please, come and run under PDP so that you will help us to win the election. No, they are calling Peter Obi, who didn't run under PDP in 2023. That tells you something. That tells you that the party already understands that Atiku Abubakar was the reason why they lost the election in 2023. They call him the unifier, but actually he's the disintegrator. He imposes himself. Can you imagine? He wanted to run. Not that he wanted, he ran, despite the fact that the fellow northerner, Muhammadu Buhari, just finished 8 years. The same thing he wants to do in 2027, at the age of 81 years old. Let's hear from Ibrahim, the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the PDP.
Yes, it's our product. We want to get him back indeed, and because he's a very, very, great capital for any political party. The truth of the matter, if he had not gone the way he did in the last, dispensation and proved that metal to be able to generate over 6 million in spite of the rigging and the frustration of his chances in many of the states. Peter Obi is truly a political capital, no doubt about it, and every political party that will have the opportunity of getting him, it will be to their advantage. And certainly PDP is not losing that effort. We are also making that effort in the belief that in the fullness of time we might get him, and it will add more to the chances of PDP.
The other day it was the chairman of PDP telling Peter Obi that the door is open for him to come back to PDP. Now it is the Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the PDP. PDP lost a very huge opportunity to sack APC in 2023. But because of transactional politics, whether from Wike, from Atiku Abubakar, from everywhere, they are always in it for what they can gain from the system, not for national interest. The Southeast, where the main founding father of PDP came from, Dr. Alex Ekweme, has always been loyal to PDP right from inception. They've always voted PDP en masse, even sometimes at their own detriment. Even when PDP was no longer at the national level, they continued voting for PDP. No geopolitical zone in Nigeria has been that loyal to PDP, and no geopolitical zone has consistently given block votes to PDP. They lost all that when the zone requested the ticket be zoned to them. Yes, it wasn't as if they didn't merit it. If it is the turn of the South to produce the president, you cannot deny the fact that the Southeast should have that turn, because they've never produced the president since 1999, since the Fourth Republic. And to those who think that this is about tribalism or anything, no, it's still that transactional politics. If they zone the ticket to the Southeast in 2022, no Southeast politician could match the thousands or millions of dollars that Wike or Atiku Abubakar could have given to the delegates in the primaries. Yes, that's the reality. So they chose money instead of equity, justice, and fairness. So looking at all that happened in PDP in 2022 to the run-up to 2023 presidential election, you will see that exactly the same thing is playing out in ADC. You can as well call ADC PDP light. Even influential Southerners in ADC that should be calling for equity, justice, and fairness are touting that false narrative. It is who will win the election, not zoning and all that. Whenever a politician tells you this person can't win an election, he's just campaigning for his candidate. It's as simple as that. They are following the money, as it is called in PDP local parlance. Follow the money. PDP, share the money. So when they tell you we are looking for someone who can win the election, what's the yardstick for making that statement? How do you determine who will win an election? A politician's job is to market his candidate like a salesman markets his product. If you know you have a good candidate, all you need to do is to market the candidate to the voters. Yes. So you can't just stand up and say, I have determined that this person will win the election as against this other person. No, it doesn't make any sense. Let's even look at the candidate they are talking about. Is this someone who was indicted by the US Senate for money laundering, for laundering more than $40 million to the US when he was vice president? The EFCC investigated him, forget the fact that he was never charged. But we all know that Atiku Abubakar is not that clean. He's part of the old order in Nigeria. And all the people supporting him today, majority of them, are all there for what they can gain. If you look at all the people that supported him in 2022, 2023, some of them are working for his adversary today, Tinubu. Yes, considering the fact that the problem of this country has always been corruption. How do you compare two people? One was in office without any blemish. As a matter of fact, he left millions of dollars in savings for his state. He handed them over to his successor when he was leaving power in 2014. So these are the things politicians should be proud of. They should be very proud to promote a candidate without any corruption case. A candidate that all the things he did in office are there in open for anyone to verify. But the question is, why are they not doing it? The answer is not far-fetched. It is simply because they know that this man will bring about a new order in Nigeria. All the loopholes where they make money from, where they steal money, all that security votes, all that waste of money, because Nigeria's problem has never been about revenue. Even if Nigeria earns 100 trillion naira next year as revenue, the Nigerian politicians must find ways to steal all the money without showing any development. Yes. So they know that with someone like him, even businessmen that take advantage of their access to Asorok to monopolize certain industries in Nigeria, they will never want someone like him to get to power. Remember under Yaradua when he restored Ibeto Cement's license, Dangote reportedly went to him, but he barred him from visiting Aso Rock. So you can imagine such people in power, Nigeria will definitely get there. So Nigerians must understand what they are up against. It's not just APC, but all the old order. People who are political jobbers, they have no careers. Their only focus is how to get access to government money. So all the money that should be used to develop Nigeria, they steal all of them. Imagine a senator earning 30 million naira a month. All the people that were following Peter Obi around during the campaign period, some of who were literally paupers, today they are all millionaires. It can only happen in Nigeria. Politics is huge business only in this country. So why wouldn't it attract all sorts of characters? And these characters, you expect them to work for someone who will block their access to the treasury? It's not possible. So Nigerians have suffered long enough, at least the past 10 years under APC, and people in ADC are pushing for an Atiku Abubakar candidacy, someone that was part of the APC in 2015. It doesn't make any sense that they are pushing this man despite his old age. And if Atiku Abubakar gets there, nothing will change. The sleaze and corruption will continue. In fact, the status quo, as we see Nigeria today, will continue under a different name, under a different party. Is that what Nigerians want? Absolutely not. Look around you, look at neighboring countries. They are all living better lives than Nigerians, despite the fact that Nigeria is seriously blessed with enormous natural resources. Nigerians have never known this type of poverty. As near as the 90s, it can be said that Nigerians were living a life of luxury if you compare to what is obtainable today. Are we going to talk about the 80s or the 70s? So how come others are growing, Nigeria is regressing? It's simply because we are lacking in good leadership. Until we wake up and say enough is enough, we must remove that garment of tribalism, ethnicity, religion, and face the reality and face what unites us. We will never get it right and Nigeria will never work. Thanks for watching.